Hi friends, welcome to my channel Siri Scribe. It's been a while since I uploaded a full length video, and that's because I have been quite busy managing my startup initiative. But today I want to take you along with me and give you a sneak peek into a typical day in my upcycling journey. My typical day starts around 5:30 a.m. sending my 13-year-old daughter off to school, after which I freshen up and get ready for the day. After checking my skin, I realized that it's been so many days since I did not do any skincare, so I thought of applying a face pack. Typically, I stick to the homemade face packs with natural ingredients like chickpea flour or turmeric because I am allergic to the strong smells in the store bought ones. But to be honest, I was feeling a bit lazy to mix all the ingredients, so I just grabbed a mud pack that was lying around and applied it. I let it sit for about 15 minutes and washed it off. After giving it a good wash, I felt much better and fresh. First thing in the morning after getting freshened up is to pop a thyroid pill on empty stomach, which is essential to keep my thyroid levels stable. I am truly privileged to have a wonderful house helper who stays with us and takes good care of house chores. This support has made a world of difference, allowing me to focus on what I am passionate about and building my startup initiative. Now I can channel my energy into creativity and growth, turning my vision into reality. Now it's time for my breakfast and some entertainment. While enjoying my tea and breakfast, I usually browse through some YouTube videos or listen to my favorite music. Recently, I've started taking tea in the morning, but it is hard to resist now. I have always been a huge coffee lover, but my relationship with coffee has changed drastically after getting addicted to it when I was working. So I decided to cut the coffee intake. Now I only indulge in coffee once in a while as a special treat. For breakfast, we keep it simple yet nourishing with a mix of dry fruits and oats mixed with milk, often topped with fresh fruits for that extra burst of flavor. We also enjoy healthy milkshakes, which adds a delightful twist to our morning routine. And we also indulge in traditional South Indian breakfast like dosa, idli, etc. After finishing my breakfast, it's time to check my little balcony garden. It's my peaceful retreat time with my plants. I have to admit that this video clip came out a little blurry and I didn't notice it while recording, but sometimes that's how it goes. However, the joy of tending to my plants always shines through. It brings a sense of calm and connection to the nature, reminding me to appreciate the little things. I am growing these tomato plants, which have been quite the adventure. They produced a ton of tomatoes, and it was great to see every flower turn into a fruit, but unfortunately, they didn't grow as big as I wanted. I think it's because I planted four of them too close together, which really strained their growth. Lesson learned. So, for the next season, I'll make sure to give them plenty of space for the roots to spread out, which can help better fruiting. Since our balcony is pretty small, so I do not have many plants, but I managed to grow tomatoes, mint, sweet basil, cypress vine, and even some decorative plants to just add a little flair. We live on the 13th floor, and from our balcony, we can actually see the IKEA store, which is just 20 minutes bus ride away from our house. But we rarely go to IKEA these days. It's been 1 year we purchased this condominium in Singapore, but this condominium got en blocked. That means it was scheduled for redevelopment. The condo is currently 80% approved for en bloc, and the management is already on the lookout for builders. It's all happening pretty quickly, so we are gearing up for what comes next. So, after an energizing breakfast and spending some time with my plants, I headed to my room to work on upcycling old clothes. If you are new to my channel, I want to share with you about my passion on upcycling fashion waste to help reduce the carbon footprint created by fast fashion. I am deeply committed to minimizing fashion waste and diverting it from our landfills. On this journey of mine, I have worked on some amazing projects, collaborating and partnering with various government organizations here in Singapore. It's been an incredible experience and I can't wait to share more with you. Since I run a home-based startup, I don't have a physical store, so I have set up a little corner in my house with my sewing machine and a small office space. If you are curious to know more details about what I do, please scan the QR code flashing on the screen and head to my website. But please watch this video fully before heading to my website. So, in my website, you can find a couple of sustainable fashion products created by me that ranges from textile art pieces to fashion accessories. So please take a look and do let me know if you liked my initiative by commenting under this video section. So here I am sorting through the hair scrunchies that I recently stitched. It's such a fun process to see those vibrant colors, each one with its own unique pattern and style, and I love seeing them all come together. Once I have got everything organized, the next step is to focus on product photography. I want to make sure that they look their absolute best to showcase in my website. After the photography session, I have to upload them in my website for sales. Since I had few other tasks on my timeline, like stitching a patchwork cloth, and I also need to respond to some important emails, so I decided to postpone the product photography for some other day. Entrepreneurship is all about balancing and prioritizing tasks while handling your brand professionally. Every day brings new challenges, and learning to juggle everything is key to success. It's not just about getting things done, but it's about doing them with intention and care for your brand. So, after sorting all the hair scrunchies, I moved on to work on the patchwork. One of my friends, who is a seamstress, she passed me a ton of fabric scraps that she accumulated while creating garments. Since she knows that I am passionate about upcycling fashion waste, she thought I could give them a new life. So now I have a big project ahead of me, and I can't wait to dive into all those tiny, colorful pieces of fabric and see what I can create. I always make sure to wash the clothes I receive as donations before I start working on my projects. It's really important to me to maintain good hygiene throughout the product making process. I began by selecting a few fabric scraps and color coordinated them. Then I arranged the fabrics carefully, checking the design and structure to prepare for stitching. This creative process, even though it is time consuming, it is something I truly enjoy. I feel content when I see the end result. That gives me a sense of accomplishment, knowing that I am contributing to reducing at least some amount of fashion waste. Now I want to take a moment to talk about fashion waste and its implications on climate change. The term fashion waste is something that often gets overlooked, but the fashion industry is a significant contributor to environmental pollution. From the water used in production to the waste generated when clothes are being discarded, every step has an impact. By understanding this, as consumers, we can make more conscious choices and work towards reducing fashion waste. So, in order to limit the burden of fashion waste from our landfills, I took this initiative to develop my sewing skills all by my own by watching some YouTube videos and reading few sewing books. Understanding about the domestic waste we generate in our daily lives is crucial. Every little bit adds up, and by being mindful, we can make a significant difference. I would like to encourage all my viewers to reflect on your consumption habits and consider how you can adopt more sustainable choices in your life. So, once I'm done laying out the design, it's time to bring the pieces over to the sewing machine and attach them together. I am already very excited to see how this turns out. Here you can see me placing some pillows on top of the arranged fabric scraps. This is one of the nightmares while working with patchworks because if I turn on the fan, all the scraps will be blown away. So I have to work without using the fan, and also I avoid using the aircon to stay sustainable. since aircons are some of the biggest culprits in energy consumptions. As you can see, the fabric pieces are kind of spread all over the place, but that's the fun part. Since we are staying in Singapore, I'll not lie that I do not use aircon. It gets very humid at times, so I have to use aircon sometimes, but I make sure that I use it only for a limited period of time. Before I start sewing the fabrics, I attach an adhesive interfacing to them. Some of these fabrics are thin and not very stable, so the interfacing really helps to stiffen them up. It's a crucial step that ensures everything holds together nicely during the sewing process. This way I can achieve a cleaner and more professional finish to my products. Now it's time to sew all those tiny scraps together. Let me work on stitching everything together and I'll show you the patchwork once it is done. And here is the final look of the patchwork. I decided to turn this patchwork piece into zipper pouches. I'm still working on stitching the zipper pouches. So once I'm done, I will try to upload a short video. Please stay tuned to it. Now I want to share with you all about my startup initiative, Scrapplique Galore. Scrapplique Galore is my startup venture where I upcycle fashion waste into meaningful products that has extended shelf life to the old clothes. So I have sustainable fashion products ranging from textile art pieces and other meaningful fashion accessories. You can please head to my website to check my products and the work I do in reducing the fashion waste in Singapore. I have been building and growing my startup initiative for 4.5 years now, and it's been quite a journey. Along the way, I have faced numerous hurdles, learned invaluable lessons, and upskilled my business abilities. Entrepreneurship is not easy. It's definitely a continuous learning process. I have backed a few projects focused on educating the public about fashion waste, which is incredibly rewarding. However, I still find it challenging to scale my business, particularly when it comes to branding, sales, marketing, and structuring my business. At this point, I'm actively searching for a mentor. Up till now, I have managed to bootstrap everything on my own without any guidance, but I realize that it's time to seek some professional help to scale my business further. One of my long term goals is to provide work opportunities to at least some rural women in India for their welfare. But to achieve that, I need to ensure my business is self sustainable and secure financial backing. Usually, my evening hours are dedicated to responding to emails, working on my website and blog, managing social media posts, and tackling all the desk work, basically wearing multiple hats. So, since I handle everything myself without any help or any manpower help, it can sometimes feel overwhelming and I definitely get tired. I do take breaks, but juggling my startup while also working on my YouTube videos can really drain my energy. But when you are passionate about something, you always bounce back with more energy. So that passion keeps me motivated and excited to keep going. If you happen to watch this video till here, I hope you enjoyed watching my detailed vlog and thank you so much for watching it till the end. I'll see you all in my next video. Until then, stay curious and keep learning.